Live from the Channel 4 studios in Boston, WBZ News at 5 starts right now.
We begin tonight with two breaking stories at 5. The first, a massive fire in Webster. Flames absolutely tearing through a mill complex there.
Let's take a live look at the scene from Sky Eye. You can see multiple buildings have been burned to the ground. 2 firefighters have been injured. Let's take you there now to Jim Armstrong. He's live on the scene. Jim? That's distressing, isn't it? Let's get to the weather and see what's coming up next after we've had some rather nice weather.
Yeah, this was a beautiful day, and for Jack's last day, a little bit of everything out there.
I know, and I'm so thrilled that Eric had a couple of days off, so we had a chance to work with you again, Jack. It's wonderful.
A friend of Wednesday's Child right there, Barry Burbank, who has raised tens of thousands of dollars for the kids. Thank you, Barry.
Thank you, Jack. It's great to work with you again. So let's talk about the weather. The weather
is... Thank you a million.
All right, well, since this is Jack's last night on the anchor desk, you're telling me, oh my goodness, we have a lot of surprises in store for this guy over the next 70 minutes, and the first of them coming up right after this.
Oh, good.
He's like Walter Cronkite. You trust him. So he talks, you say he's not going to try to fluff. He's been around for a long time.
Well, tonight we are wishing my friend here a great retirement. We're also celebrating an amazing career. You know how much you mean to all of us in this building, but there are a lot of people who aren't in this building who want to wish you well. And we sent our John Keller on a top secret mission today. And John, I know you're here with the results.
I get all the dirty jobs around here, and I've had it. But Jack, you know, we wanted to find out what Bostonians really think of you after all these years, as if we didn't already know. So we went to Castle Island, a quintessentially Boston place that combines 3 of your great passions: military history, friendly Bostonians, and fattening food.
Oh.
What do you think of Jack Williams?
Oh, a sweetheart.
Yeah.
Was sorry to see him go, but what a nice career.
Yeah.
You know?
He's like a brother to us.
Like a brother?
A family member.
Jack has done a lot for Boston and a lot for the children of Boston and, you know, the children that were throwaways that he just saved. So I think it's a loss for us, but I'm glad for him.
He's like Walter Cronkite. You trust him. So he talks, you say he's not going to try to fluff. He's been around for a long time.
He's handsome. I think he's handsome.
Okay, no question.
He does himself really well. Always understand everything he says.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always tells a good story. You always understand it.
What else do you want from an anchorman?
Nothing.
We've been to Jack's events in Waterville Valley every year where he runs the ski race for Wednesday's Child.
Yeah.
He's a man with an open heart. He's really a very impressive individual, as is Marcy, his wife.
He was honest with the news, and he had a human side to it, human touch.
And he works well with his partner. You know, sometimes people like to elbow in and get it, you know. He's just there. He bounces the ball over. They bounce it back to him. And we got trust in him.
I like that he's really sincere and that he sort of helps out the underdog. You know, I think that's a good quality in him.
Jack is amazing. He puts me in tears for Wednesday's Child. He's just amazing, and he's done amazing work.
I like Jack Williams.
Say bye, Jack. Bye, Jack.
Good luck, Jack!
Aren't they great?
Thank you.
And I gotta add my 2 cents. The last 10 years, sitting alongside you out here, has been an education professionally and personally. Professionally, I've learned about things like when to talk and when to let the picture tell the story, and that's been great. And personally, you have just completely been a role model for me about classy behavior and how to treat the people around you and be part of the community. And I just want to say thanks.
Well, it's wonderful working with professionals, and you're the top of the class.
Good luck.
Thank you. Another great professional right here.
Well, I couldn't ask for a better partner. My goodness. And you know what? You're in for a lot of surprises this evening. Here's one all the way from New York City.
So, after 4 decades, you finally decided to call it quits, Jack. Well, I guess you earned it. You've been a real staple, a newsman that the audience could always count on to tell them what they needed to know, to get the story right and make sure it was fair and honest. Most would say you'd done enough doing just that, but you went even further, creating Wednesday's Child and helping more than 800 special needs children find loving, permanent homes. You've shown such love for your Boston community and such dedication to this wonderful profession of ours. So, Jack, I guess there's only one more thing for us to say. From all of us at CBS News, all around the world, thank you, Jack.
Wow. And so many people want to say that who can't, so he speaks for all of us. Wow. Well, we're talking about more news when we come back. Counterfeit cash on Cape Cod.
Say it isn't so. Tonight, police are asking business owners be on the alert.
Well, straight ahead, the man does not change. Jack Williams, the early days. As Jack looks to his retirement and many a fabulous round of golf, we look back at the impact he's made on Boston broadcasting and on so many families from the very beginning. We're back right after this.
Jack, I'm so sorry I can't be there today, but I have to tell you, there is no one like you. 40 years here at WBZ, and you anchored the news with grace, humility, humor, and class. You knew what to say at just the right times, and the people that worked with you were uplifted by you. And the children, all the children, the lives you have changed. You're the best in the business, Jack, and I will miss you dearly. Thank you, my friend.
You know what I say to that? You're absolutely right, Steve.
Thank you very much.
Well, all this week, we are saying goodbye and thank you to a treasured member of the WBZ family. After 4 decades on the anchor desk, Jack Williams, yes, is getting ready to retire.
It's hard to believe, and I'm looking forward to some years with my wife, Marcy. You know, I'm not getting any younger, and she is, but I'm not. And, yeah, you know, where have all the years gone? Where have all the years gone?
Well, I mean, and you've been such a huge part of Boston's history and our history here at WBZ, and it's always such a comfort to know when you're on a story, it'll be told the right way, you have just the right way of delivering things, and the way you talk to kids. You know, it's that genuine Jack that always comes through.
You know, it's interesting. New Englanders don't quickly take to people on the air.
That's true.
You've got to prove yourself, but boy, once they like you, this is the most wonderful audience, and they don't treat you like a star. I mean, you're kind of like a neighbor or, you know, old friend, and people will talk to me on the street all the time, and it's just an honor.
Well, we're going to give them a look back. Paula Eben is sharing the reflections of people who were with Jack in his early days here at WBZ. Take a look.
Good evening. I'm Jack Williams.
You know, Jack came here in 1975. As I say, he was Pocatello, Idaho's gift to New England.
Here's what's happening.
Jack Williams. For 40 years, he's anchored the news desk at WBZ. And in a way, he's anchored Boston.
You know Jack Williams. You've grown up with him. You know who he was. You know who he is. So you can trust what he has to say.
Through the 1980s and 90s, Liz Walker was part of that iconic anchor team known simply as Jack and Liz.
That era was magical. Nobody took themselves that seriously. We certainly took our jobs seriously, but we liked each other and we respected each other, and so it was fun.
It was also a time of serious issues, and Jack's steady hand calmed a jittery city.
Jack Williams, and here's the very latest on what has been a tragic day in U.S. history.
When you had a 9/11 story, when you had the Charles Stewart story, when you had the Marathon bombing story, Jack most often was the guy at the anchor desk who he had the contacts.
That trademark professionalism ran the gamut of topics, according to former arts and entertainment reporter Joyce Kulhawick.
When one of us looks good, we all look good. And he got that loud and clear. He was the consummate professional when it came to the team spirit.
What Jack could really do is make anyone laugh. His sense of humor is often his greatest asset.
Jack is one of the funniest men I know, and I don't know if that comes out on TV very often, but he is a hoot.
He should have been a game show host. There's no doubt about it. He was Bob Barker before there was Bob Barker.
After spending 3 weeks inside the Soviet Union.
But in the end, Jack was an award-winning journalist who traveled the globe to bring the story home. A lifetime of experiences that gave Bostonians a rare insight into the world around us.
When you have a strong work ethic, excellent study habits, and journalistic integrity built up over the course of decades, and in one marketplace, that's why he's such a jewel, such a priceless Boston jewel.
And Jack, some of the people who were just featured in that story wanted a chance to say goodbye in person, so let's get ready to walk, my friend.
All right.
Right over here to the interview set. Get ready for the reunion.
You're still here. You're still here.
Little Bobby LaValle. The Reverend Liz Walker.
It's good to see you.
Oh my
So are you
God.
surprised?
Yeah.
Yeah, so are we.
You said I wouldn't
You got
last.
20 years left.
Liz did. She said, you could be the last one standing.
He will turn the lights out. Didn't I say that? Hi, how are you?
Oh, Lordy, Lordy.
Don't forget about him, because turn your back on him and it's over, baby. Now, really.
Look at you.
Enough about them. Let's get back to me.
That's the Jack I know.
Hey, hey.
Yeah. Hey. So one thing about that New England audience, once they love you, they'll love you forever. It's the same with us.
Really?
Yeah.
Then why don't you ever return my phone calls?
I got my reasons.
Which story are you going to tell? Aren't you going to tell one of the old
Hard
time?
Rock Cafe in New York after the...
Oh, we both got thrown out because you were a wiseacre.
I agree. That's true.
It's got dare roll. The guy says one more word out of you, you're on the street.
Yeah.
And of course, he goes, dare roll.
You got kicked out of
You
the
are
bar.
out. So we took our beers, turned them
That was
upside
great.
down in the bar.
One of the greatest, I told you, it's one of the greatest moves I've ever seen. Full drink. It wasn't beer. Full drink.
Sody pop.
Yeah.
Got
And you know
kicked
what?
out.
We almost... It's a good thing you were there. We almost got into a little scuffle outside.
Do you remember that part of it? Where you kind of...
No, when you were running to the cab.
No. Jack goes and he hits some guy with a glove, and you say, "I challenge you to a duel."
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember this? Jack?
Okay, maybe I wasn't drinking soda pop.
I used to stay sober just to see what was going to happen. So
Unbelievable.
Somebody had to be the voice of reason.
somebody had to know
Not
what was going on.
everybody would strike somebody with a glove.
That was a pretty good night, I got to say. We had some laughs out of that. But
I can't believe you're leaving. This is
it's a joke.
40
Come on,
years.
It's like a joke.
You're not really leaving,
You'll be
are
back
you, Jack?
tomorrow night looking for another handout.
Right. You know, I like that
Who's coming
send-off so
tomorrow night?
well.
Who's coming tomorrow night?
Let's do another.
Want to go to my office and see all my awards? Sure.
By the way, we had to take them down. Can you believe that?
Oh, no. Don't tell me that.
So we actually have to ship them to Jack in big boxes because there are so many, which I know you believe.
I know.
Oh, my
Marcy
God.
goes, and where are we going to put those? it's like my sailfish that I caught once, and she ended up by putting it in the garage. I was stuffed. I thought that was cold.
Well, Jack, working with you is just the best, which we've already said. Bob, working with you was the best,
Oh, yeah,
too.
thank
I
you.
know. It gets
Thank
a little
goodness
scary.
you said that.
Right here, my two favorite
Very
anchors,
sensitive.
co-anchors of all time,
Well,
right
I
there.
am so
The
glad
best.
the two of you could come back.
Thank you.
And we're not finished yet.
You know what?
We're
It was a
gonna be
hardship,
back.
Susie. It was a real hardship.
Getting them to shut up was
Can I tell you
always
something?
hard.
I had to
throw the
cancel.
break.
I had
Just
to
throw the
cancel
break.
an oil change
We're
to get
back
here.
with much more.
See you in a
News at
minute.
6
Hey,
o'clock next.
it's my show.
Not for long.
That's our news. Thanks for watching.
I'm Jack Williams.
Come back, we get our chance to say thanks to Jack Williams.
And the man of the hour will be here to have the last word. There he is. Stay with us.
Well, tonight we are saying goodbye to a colleague and, more importantly, a great friend.
Jack Williams is retiring after 40 years on the anchor desk. But Jack, before you go, everyone at WBZ wanted you to know what you mean to Boston and what you mean to all of us.
Good evening. I'm Jack Williams.
Over the years, there's been something so reassuring about knowing that Jack is at the helm, both here at the station and then in the community. particularly in times of crisis.
Hundreds of local, state, and federal police search for the Boston Marathon bomber.
Jack has brought the voice of authority to the news at WBZ and to New England.
Work continues tonight on Route 128.
It was always very comforting to have Jack there and know that he was going to be there in a big moment, whether it was happy or sad, bad weather, or a tough moment.
Anytime something happened in this community where we needed a compass, a comfort, Jack was that person.
He could be as serious as the day is long, and then the next moment, boom, make you laugh. And that's just what I've always loved about him and what I've always respected about him.
What you see is what you get. Those crazy funny things he says on the air, he says those in person.
It has been an absolutely, would you mind getting over here? Listen to what I have to say, it may be interesting.
Everything that you see on the air is real, and that authenticity endeared him to people all those years.
Of course, it goes without saying, the voice.
Good evening. Here's the straight look at the news.
Davey. Jack.
Hello, young mother.
Hugs will be good.
Thank you. You can't mention Jack without almost immediately mentioning Wednesday's Child.
I think Wednesday's Child really epitomizes what Jack's all about, and his true spirit comes out.
To see how he has made such a commitment to families all over the place, to find loving families for children that really have disabilities and needed a home.
The legacy he leaves behind is a legacy of warmth, compassion, and of community.
It's that humanity that makes him both such a great person, but also so great at this job.
You are truly the greatest anchor to have ever come through Boston. I'm going to miss you so much.
Congratulations, Jack.
Best of luck to you.
You are an unbelievably wonderful man.
Jack, I will miss you so much, and I wish you all the best in the future. Mwah!
Congratulations. Jack, we're going to miss you, man. You're an icon.
I wish you the very best. Happy for you.
Enjoy your retirement. You've earned it.
You're great at what you do, and you're a great person as well.
Happy retirement.
Good luck in your retirement.
You always kept it fun. You always kept the coverage smart.
Good luck in retirement.
Jack, I will miss working with you every day.
It was great knowing you, even better working with you.
A legend, an honor to work with you.
Love you, buddy. It's great to work with you.
You're just an inspiration to us all.
Have fun.
Happy retirement, Jack. Stay classy.
Have fun, Jack. Wish you the very best.
After 40 years, you've earned it. Enjoy. Thanks, Jack.
Jack, congratulations.
I wish you the best.
From Davey to you, enjoy your time, and we will miss you greatly. Thank you for everything you've done for us.
I am the luckiest person in the world for having worked with you.
Wow, what do you say? Meet the power behind the throne. The woman who's been crying steadily for the last half hour, realizing that a very good paycheck is in it. No more trips to Neiman City. You are cut off. All right. I'm going to start getting the cheap beer from now on. When you use the little,
A box of wine.
yeah, the box of wine. It's probably going to be next. What do you say? Marcy and I want all of you to know that we're not going to forget the kids of New England. We put aside $4.5 million, and we'll continue to give money in grants to group homes and agencies dealing with special needs kids. And we'll do it for the next 10, 15 years, or however long we manage to hang around. So it's going to be fun. Say something, Marcy. People never have a chance to hear you. I do.
Well, draw the line at the cheap wine, Marcy.
It's an emotional time, so it's all I can do to hold myself together.
Yeah, well, we love Boston.
We do.
Our kids were here, all went to school here. It's been great. We've had such friends. When you're at a place for 40 years, it's most of our adult life.
Yeah.
And knowing the people of New England, they're not an easy sell at first, but boy, once they are behind you, it's just been terrific. And they're behind Wednesday's Child. They're very proud of what that goes on. It's a pleasure all the years with Lisa, with the same type school out west, Washington, Oregon.
His always beats mine. Always beats mine.
Both from Idaho, which is not Iowa. It's in the Rocky Mountains way out there. And the best thing that ever happened to me was they came and got us and said, we want you to come to Boston. And we fell in love with it. And that's why we created Wednesday's Child, was to give back to the people of New England. And so thank you. And I wish we could tell it to everybody, all those people out there who tuned in, gave us some of the highest numbers in America many, many times. And so thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and thank you guys for those kind words. It's been a pleasure. David. JB. I used to call him, where's Dave? JB.
I have to say, I think
Paula.
for David, I know Kate Merrill is another, like myself, who grew up watching you. From the blizzard of 1978, Wednesday's Child, to the Boston Marathon bombing, it's been an honor to call you a colleague as well.
And we're out of time, so final word, Jack.
Good night, everybody. God bless you.